So here I am in stunning California, which for me is always going to be an interesting place because I actually went to school here when I was a kid. Originally we were going to live in America, but we decided to stay in England, so we came here for a year when I was 7 or 8 years old. And you know, it's a big deal. Maybe genetically I'm predisposed to it because I spent time here, I went to school here, but for some reason I find it really enchanting. It's like, if you like the beach, if you like palm trees, then it's just got so much of that. And because it's the first world, I mean, I suppose a lot of people take things for granted. They don't understand like how opulent it is as a first world experience here, you know, with all the food, all the culture. So yeah, I do find it very beguiling and quite amazing, really. And the sound of the ocean, and you know, all of the beauty of it all. So yeah, so it's nice to return. It's nice to return back to where you were at some stages in your life, to have that opportunity to do that, to make sense of what could have been, you know, what life could have been like, and you know, to familiarise yourself with the sounds, the smells, the energies, and we're taking in all that influence. You know, when we look into the stars, you know, we're looking to the horizon, we're looking beyond. We're looking into the imaginal, we're looking into all the stories that come with, you know, the experience of travel, the experience of looking up at the sky. And then when we arrive at a place, there's also something very compelling about it, especially if we spend young time there, you know, time which we may not remember. And suddenly to familiarise yourself with that again is all part of the journey, it's all part of the experience, it's all part of the story, you know. So yeah, so when we're thinking about life right now with all the stresses and strains and difficulties, and remembering what's important, you know, if we could return to the ocean, you know, look up in the sky, for example, then we can really get a grasp of the elements. And that's so important, you know, to breathe the air, to be by the sea or to be by water, and then even have a fire, you know, to have ceremony, you know, to move beyond the experience that we might be stuck in. And obviously to bury something as well, which is, you know, why Taurus and Scorpio are so compelling right now. I mean, some of the stories are that, you know, there's not enough graves and things like that. I mean, that's such a Scorpio Taurus story, you know, for some Chinese or something like that that's been going on at the moment. So again, we have to reflect, we have to remember where we've come from, we have to spend time in ceremony, you know, of the experiences that we've had. And all of that is part of the storytelling and the ceremony of beginnings and endings, and knowing, you know, what counts, because things don't remain the same. You know, it's a big deal for my family right now as we approach my mum's anniversary, you know, and her passing. And, you know, all of these sort of experiences are hard, you know, and it's the attachment and it's the loss and not being able to talk and not being able to, you know, and thinking about when I was here, when I was like all those years ago when I was here, you know, and now returning back as a man, you know, as someone having to let go of all the love and strength and gifts that my parents gave me, and my brothers too. And now we've got to just move on and kind of remember what they did for us and do something good, you know, on the planet and give back. And that's really the best we can do, you know. And with any loss, with any trauma, you know, with any experience that we're all suffering right now, we have to remember that. We have to remember that there is a beginning and ending, and there is cycles, and that's what astrology is all about. It's all about the beginnings and endings, and the elements can help with that. They can really help, you know, when we spend time by the water, by the air, on the ground, do fire. All of that can help, and that's what we have to do, you know, as the people who are going to show the way, or, you know, be the best selves that we can be at this time, to help the next generation and, you know, to understand the former generations. You know, it's not just about the next generation, it's also about recognizing what has happened before. So understanding history, understanding the nature of things, humans, and also understanding what's coming and adapting to that. I mean, if we could do all of that, then we're doing the best that we can. So it's time to say goodbye to California. I'll always love California in a way, despite the politics and what people say. But here we are. Remember what counts. Life's short. Enjoy.